Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Siboga TV, which is your number one online political channel. There is this conflict between President William Samoei Ruto and his deputy Rigathi Gachagua. And this conflict is said that Rigathi Gachagua was actually denied a chopper during the trees planting day. And it looks like within the UDA, we have two factions. We have one faction which is actually allied to the Deputy President, Rigathi Gachagua, and we have another which is allied to His Excellency William Samoei Ruto. And of late, there is that conflict. And recently, there was some individuals from the central Kenya who are actually allied to the president, William Samoei Ruto, like Didi Nyoro, who were actually being said that they were looking forward to replace Rigathi Gachagua. And all that has actually fueled that conflict between the two. And that is why last week, Rigathi Gachagua was actually not seen anywhere because it is being said that he actually locked his phone and it disappeared for the whole week until Sunday when he came out and through his proxy, Mutai, who is the governor of Nyeri, he came out and he said that their son, who is the deputy president, will not be mistreated like what happened to the deputy president then, President by now William Samoei Ruto. And he said that there are people who are trying to humiliate Rigathi Gachagua. So there is that conflict. And that is why today I'm asking a simple question. If this conflict boils up, who is going to bring first? Who is going to say, hapa umeniweza, let us sit together and try to solve the question between the two, between Rigathi Gachagua, who is the deputy president, and William Samoei Ruto. And if that one does not happen, and let's say that conflict has reached to its maturity and there is a breakup between the deputy president and the president of the Republic of Kenya, who are going to be the casualties of this conflict? Because in all ways, you will find that we have politicians who will be caught in between. Who do you think will be the casualties? So those are the questions actually which we want today to have a candid discussion about. But before we dive in and try to dissect all that, I could request you kindly to take a minute or two and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Give this video a like, share the video to your friends, and if your friends are lovers of politics, then it's good to request them to subscribe to this YouTube channel. And for those ones who have subscribed to our YouTube channel, I say thank you. May God bless you all abundantly, because you are the inspiration which actually makes us to come and do this kind of political analysis. And lastly, whenever you actually subscribe to our YouTube channel, I could request you again that always hit the bell button so that at any moment we come up with any political content, then YouTube can be in the position to notify you so that you can be able to watch the content. And now let us go back to the discussion between Rigathi Gachagua and William Samuel Ruto. In this political conflict, who is going to bring first? Who is going to say, no, enough is enough? Let us sit together and try to solve all this. Or if it ends up to a full-blown that people are going to fight until politically they divide, who are going to be the casualties in this kind of a mess? To start with, this conflict between Rigathi Gachagua and President William Samuel Ruto, it seems that it has persistent. And that's why of late, even Rigathi Gachagua is actually being blamed that he might be the one who is behind the Rimuru 3 by the proxy of the president. And at the same time, we have individuals who are telling Rigathi Gachagua that he should not allow any kind of reforms to happen in the UDA. Because as you know, there is that plan which may find that the Kenya Kwanza coalition, actually those parties which are within that party, within that coalition, I mean, they might dissolve and enter into UDA. And there's a likelihood that we might be having two deputy leaders, which is actually being given a lot of opposition from the people of Mount Kenya, because they feel that will dilute the deputy president's role. And because of all that, there is that conflict. And as I have said, that who might really bring first, who might say that, no, we should not continue this route. Let us sit and try to solve this problem. And you will find that the person who might bring first is a person who might see that if I continue this route, there is going to be a big failure on me. And who is that person? Is it Rigathi Gachagua? Is it President William Samoei Ruto? And in other words, there is a way I see the Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua looking at UDA the same way the Deputy President by then, William Samoei Ruto, used to view Jubilee Party. And there is a lot of difference between the Jubilee Party and the UDA Party, because UDA was actually formed by none other than President William Samoei Ruto. But if you look at Jubilee, there were some parties which came together. And William Samoei Ruto was actually leading one part of the group, and Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta was leading that another group. And there was that agreement that they were going to share the government half. And if they were to have any disagreement, one of the half could move to another side and another half could move to another side. So it was quite different. And if by then the deputy president could actually come out and argue like that, what are you doing, Mr. President? Our government was formed half, then you can say that DP, by then, William Samoei Ruto, was actually having an issue. But in UDA, do you think Rigathi Gachagua can come forward and tell William Samoei Ruto, hey, what are you doing? Because Rigathi Gachagua, when they entered into UDA, it was UDA, a party which was formed by not other than William Samoei Ruto. And because of that, the person who benefited the whole deal is William Samoei Ruto. And anybody within the UDA party is just a member like anybody. So there is a very big difference between the Jubilee Party and the now called UDA Party, because UDA was solely a party for William Samoei Ruto, and Jubilee was a party for two individuals, William Samoei Ruto and His Excellency Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. And that's why I say that if there is a person who should actually bring first, it should be Rigathi Gachagua. Rigathi Gachagua must know that because he entered into UDA without having another party which could have come so that it was going to make an agreement with UDA so that he could have a share within UDA. But that never happened. Rigathi Gachagua came in as a member. But the person who solely formed that UDA is William Samoei Ruto. And that is why I feel that Rigathi Gachagua should bring first and come in and try to solve the issue with the president and maybe wait until 2027 election is done. And then from there, he can actually move to his own destination. Because I foresee if this will go to a full blown and there is that division within that group which is allied to Rigathi Gachagua and that group which is allied to the president William Samoei Ruto. William Samoei Ruto will move with actually 3/4 of what? Of the UDA. Probably Rigathi will move with a quarter, and that a quarter cannot make Rigathi Gachagua actually to inherit that leadership unless Rigathi Gachagua starts from now for his presidential political ambition. Because if he starts early for his presidential ambition, let come 2027, then we can also look to a different scenario because that may give William Samoei Ruto a lot of headache. But if we wait up to the end, that means Rigathi Gachagua might make President William Samoei Ruto to be a one-term president, but he can also not be able to win. Somebody will take that advantage and he will pass in between and he will become the president of the Republic of Kenya. And because of all that, I think Rigathi Gachagua should come in first and try to solve that problem they are having between the president. So he should go to the president and ask, what is the big deal here? Why can't we move this and this? So that they can solve the problem amicably. But if also we go to the full blown, then there is a likelihood that we have people who are going to be casualties at the end. People who will lose their political career completely. For example, let us look at Mount Kenya. If there was that split, Rigathi Gachagua is a likelihood he might move with 3/4 of Mount Kenya. And if that happens, then you will find that people like Kimani Ichung'wah will actually not be able to enter into parliament again because the wave within the mountain will sweep them completely. People like Ndindi Nyoro, they cannot actually be able to come back to parliament even if they are doing good job, even if they are actually perceived as people who can be who have a future to be to lead this nation. And the reason why I'm saying this, because many people from Mount Kenya will go behind Rigathi Gachagua and they will see their son, and that wave will actually sweep people like Ndindi Nyoro. Remember, Ndindi Nyoro, people perceive him as a person who is very brilliant, a person who was being prepared to take it up from Rigathi, because there is a way people were saying that Ndindi Nyoro should be the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya. And you will find that Ndindi Nyoro has been taken as to be the proxy of William Samoei Ruto. And if that happens, anybody who has been known to be the proxy of William Samoei Ruto, there is a very high likelihood that he will be disciplined by the people from Mount Kenya. And that means he can be denied to see State House again. And that's why I'm saying that people like Ndindi Nyoro will move out. People uh, like the majority leader, Kimani Chungwa, will also be disciplined out because he will be viewed as the person who stand for William Samoei Ruto. There are other places where those kind of people who are the proxy of William Samoei Ruto might see a day. People like Silvanos Osoro, they might come up again. But people who are very close to William Samoei Ruto from Mount Kenya, I'm very sure most of them, they will be swept out of parliament, out of the Senate, and those ones who are going to ask to be governors also, they will be swept out. And that's why I'm saying that this conflict between William Samoei Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua should be actually be looked if we have this UDA party to move forward and be there beyond 2027, because they must solve their conflict amicably. I really don't know what's your take between William Samoei Ruto and Rigathi. Who do you think will bring first between the two leaders as the conflict boils up? And who do you think, if that conflict goes to the end and there is a breakup in UDA, who are the individuals or politicians who do you think they will be caught between and they might not be able to see parliament let come 2027 general election? Please, I would like you to drop your comment in the comment section below. And if this is your first time to pump into this YouTube channel, I request you kindly to take a minute or two and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Give this video thumbs up. Share the video to your friends. And if your friends are lovers of politics, then it is good to request them to subscribe to this YouTube channel. And for those ones who have actually subscribed to this YouTube channel, I say thank you, because you always give us the inspiration to continue coming up with this kind of political analysis. And lastly, whenever you subscribe to this YouTube channel, I always request you to make sure to smash the bell button so that at any moment we come up with any political content and we upload it into YouTube, then YouTube can actually have that permission to notify you so that you can be able to watch the content immediately. And with that, I say thank you. May God bless you all abundantly until we meet in our next political conversation. Goodbye.